Right now, the IRS is moving forward with the distribution of the economic relief payout to American citizens, when you can see the money in your bank account.
Plus, hand sanitizer, as you know, is in high demand. What manufacturing holdups are causing shortages of the product?
Skies are clear, and it's a much cooler start to the day today. We even have a few snowflakes in the forecast. All the details coming up.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, folks. Thanks for joining us on this Thursday, almost Friday, April 9th. Boy, if you need a reason to wake up, just a beautiful sunrise out there if you caught it behind Hattie.
Hattie is coining a new phrase today. It is sprinter, a combination of spring and winter. It's chilly. Josh is working from home, and Josh, I know you said on Facebook yesterday you were going to cut your hair. I'm trying to see if you actually did it. Did you do it?
I have not done it, but it's starting to get like, I feel like I'm getting wings on my ears. Like it's bad.
No,
hey, at
you
least I'm
still
not the
look
only
great.
one looking like a rag.
No, we all feel your pain, and you're actually starting with some good news today.
Yes, we do have some good news, so let's get right to the headlines, and that's what's topping our news today. We are learning that the first round of the stimulus relief checks could be deposited into your bank account as soon as today. USA Today is reporting this morning that the first round of payments could start in the next day or two. That would cover anywhere from 50 to 60 million Americans who already have direct deposits set up with the IRS when they filed their taxes, as well as people on Social Security. If you're unsure that you have received your payment, or if there's an issue with it, be sure to check your mail. The IRS says they plan to mail a letter to your last recorded address within 15 days of that payment. That letter will provide information on how your money was sent or if there was an issue with the deposit. The government is also launching a new system to expand access to the Small Business Loan Program. The $350 billion program is now allowing hundreds of new lenders to participate. That's according to Reuters. Lenders who haven't previously registered with the Small Business Administration can now do so through a new online portal. The hope is that will allow more loans to be accessed by small businesses hurt by the pandemic. Those loans will be forgiven as long as they're used to cover payroll costs and follow other conditions. Meanwhile, the White House Coronavirus Task Force is crafting a plan to safely reopen the U.S. economy in the coming weeks. Bloomberg News says the task force will only do so if the trending peak in the coronavirus outbreak holds steady. President Trump says he wants to have the economy open sooner rather than later, but also says he will rely heavily on public health experts before any decisions are made.
New information this morning. A member of Congress is calling for the State Department to launch an international investigation against China related to COVID-19. The Hill reports Representative Jim Banks, a Republican from Indiana, is pushing for the investigation. It's based on reports that China initially tried to hide the outbreak and spread misinformation about the virus's origin. Banks also introduced a resolution last month that would have condemned the Chinese government on how it handled the outbreak. More new information this morning. CNN is reporting U.S. spy agencies have been tracking the virus outbreak in China since November. That information was presented to President Trump on January 3rd, once intelligence officials felt confident in their research. The Pentagon claims no such report exists, and President Trump says he only learned of the severity of the outbreak right before he imposed travel restrictions on China. That happened on February 2nd.
The Department of Health and Human Services now says the Strategic National Stockpile of personal protective equipment is nearly depleted. 90% of all PPE in their inventory have been sent out to state and local governments, and they're in the process of distributing the last of it. President Trump is blaming the states for the supply running out, saying they should have been better prepared for the pandemic. However, the president's administration did not place orders needed to build up the stockpile until mid-March, which was nearly 2 months after the first confirmed case of COVID-19 in the U.S. Bloomberg News is reporting this morning that hand sanitizer could still be very hard to find for months to come. The product is in high demand, but it's not an issue of making the sanitizer. It's making the plastic containers to store it. Plastics manufacturers are working around the clock to increase supplies, but with an increased need in food production as well, companies are struggling to meet the demands of both industries. Plastics companies say they're prioritizing food containers because they see food as a more essential product at this time. Here are the latest numbers in the state. 105 people in Wisconsin have now died from COVID-19, with a total of more than 2,800 confirmed cases. Dane County has seen 305 of those cases, with 11 people dying. There is some good news in Dane County, however. We only saw 3 new cases yesterday, and there were no new deaths.
As the number of cases continues to rise, more locations are getting clearance to test for the virus. The White House is now authorizing pharmacies to carry out COVID-19 tests. Those include a newly developed test that will detect if a person has recovered from the virus. The test shows results even if the patient never showed symptoms. Meanwhile, experts at UW Health say they've reduced the time it takes to deliver test results from 3 days to just a couple of hours. Along with getting patients quicker answers, the new process allows medical workers to preserve personal protective equipment, using less of it for patients who are known to be negative.
The Rock County Public Health Department says area hospitals have less than 24 open ICU beds combined. Doctors there are continuing a push to ask the public to keep social distancing, as they say beds and supplies are limited. The remaining beds have to be split between cases of coronavirus and patients admitted to the ICU for other serious but non-COVID related health issues.
A chest pain patient that presents to the ER with a life-threatening situation is just as much in need of acute critical care as somebody who might be a critical COVID patient.
Rock County says it also has just over 30 ventilators total. 2 manufacturers in Portage are helping out with bed shortages across the country. Trienda and Penda make truck bed liners and plastic pallets, but because they're not essential services right now, they found a way to offer a lending hand during this pandemic, using their manufacturing and production skills to make 8,000 beds per week. They've already have hundreds of potential buyers.
A Dane County Subway is helping workers on the front lines this morning. One of Brian Jensen's restaurants is on University Avenue, right next to UW Hospital. He says he gets tons of business from medical professionals, so he wanted to give back to them as they work hard to fight the virus. That's why he started what he's calling a Subs for Scrubs campaign.
That community has supported me as a small business owner, so it was an opportunity for me to also try to now support that.
Pretty impressive, Brian. For every $5 donation, the Subway shop will donate 1 grab-and-go lunch for a medical professional. So far, they've donated 700 meals in just 4 days.
Way to go, guys. It's 6:07 right now. It's going to be a stay-at-home day today, Hattie. You're going to need your winter coat, maybe some hairspray. It's blustery and chilly this morning.
This is great for the Safer at Home campaign that's currently going on. Take a look at the temperature trend over the last 24 hours. We hit our high right around 10 o'clock yesterday, 59 degrees. We have been steadily falling since 10 o'clock yesterday. Temperatures are down into the mid-30s and still dropping here in Madison. So that cold air is here, but it will continue to remain cold through the day today. Wind is going to be a factor. Right now we have a west-northwesterly wind around 10 miles an hour here in Madison. We put this forecast map into motion though with wind gusts, and you can see how windy it's going to be as we go through the morning into the afternoon. Winds gusting to around 20 miles an hour this morning, the gusting higher this afternoon. Now the afternoon will be the windiest time frame for us. We're going to see wind gusts in the 25 to 30 mile an hour range. Could see some isolated wind gusts to 40 miles an hour here in southern Wisconsin. Now the winds will stay strong through the evening, but gradually diminish as we head overnight. That is going to do a number to the temperatures, and unfortunately it is April, but we're talking wind chill today. Feeling like it's in the 20s this morning, only improving to the low to mid 30s for that wind chill later on this afternoon. So if you are headed out for a walk today, you're gonna have to add a few extra layers. Now, in addition to the wind, we're talking a chance for light precipitation as well. Skies are clear this morning. As the sun comes up though, look for some more clouds to move into the area. Skies will be variably cloudy into the afternoon. You see this blue on the map, that is snow. There is a potential for some light rain or snow showers on and off today. Any showers are likely going to move through the area pretty quickly. High temperatures today will only be in the 40s. We're not looking for any major accumulation, rain or snow, so that is the good news. We have high temperatures in the upper 40s tomorrow. Finally some sunshine back into the area. That's the good news. More clouds this weekend, and it does look like it's going to be a wet Easter with rain likely on Sunday. it will turn colder. We could see some snow mixing in late Sunday night into Monday morning.
So the weather doing its part to help us flatten the curve here.
That is true.
Stay inside and stay safe. All right, thank you, Hattie.
Following some breaking news overnight, Iran's supreme leader now says they may ban mass gatherings through the holy Muslim month of fasting, Ramadan. He's urging Shiite Muslims to pray from within their homes instead of customary communal prayers. Ramadan is set to begin in late April and last through the month of May. Iran has seen one of the worst outbreaks of COVID-19 in the world, with more than 67,000 confirmed cases and almost 4,000 deaths.
State health officials are reminding everyone to continue social distancing over the Easter weekend. Sauk County Public Health sent out a reminder saying the governor's safer at home order does not allow gatherings of more than 10 people, both indoors and outdoors, even during the holiday.
Now, the Easter Bunny, we reached out to the Easter Bunny and says even though we're in the middle of a pandemic, it will still be coming through town. But this time, the Easter Bunny is going to ride on the back of a fire truck during an event this weekend in Marshall.
I know the Easter Bunny, and I'm like, how cool would it be to try to get the Easter Bunny in front of you know, the community and the general public from a distance, of course, and just to remind kids that the Easter Bunny is still around and hopefully put some smiles on their face.
That's right, kids, so don't worry. Eric Salzwedel reached out to the Marshall Fire Department to make it happen. The Easter Bunny will be riding around this Saturday, starting at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. If you'd like to see, we have the route posted on channel3000.com. The Marshall Fire Department is asking everyone to stay on your front porches or sidewalks and continue to practice social distancing.
I love that. All right, 6:11 right now, and still ahead for us on this Thursday morning. We'll show you how one airline is working to step up their social distancing on flights. That's coming up.
And President Trump says the virus will go away when the weather warms up. But new research shows temperature might not be a factor. We'll tell you why.
Stay with us, and good to have you with us, by the way, on this Thursday morning. It's 6:11. News 3 Now this morning. We'll be right back after a quick break.
Get the Barnes 4-Step Lawn Care Program by scheduling a free consult with a Barnes licensed lawn care professional. From planting to pruning, seeding to sodding, mowing to mulching, and everything in between. We are Barnes. Get started today at barnesinc.net.
It started with one man and his father's simple advice.
He said, son, make sure the quality of work is worthy of the family name.
Over 20 years and thousands of clients later, Fry Construction still follows this advice, giving you the very best craftsmanship for roofing, windows, and gutters. If you want to trust the work done on your home, trust the family name that's behind it. Start with Fry Construction and Home Improvement at fryconstruction.com.
Medical bills. Missed time at work. Life-changing injuries. Household expenses. When you're the victim of an accident, it can feel like the weight of the entire world is on your shoulders. But we've dedicated our personal injury law firm to help take this crippling burden off your back. Habish, Habish & Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Coming together makes us stronger. And Ford is built to lend a hand, especially now, with 6-month payment relief. Buy a new Ford. We'll defer 3 payments and make 3 payments for peace of mind up to 6 months. Shop at Ford.com or contact your Ford dealer to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. You have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you.
It's dinner time in America, and the breadwinner arrives home from a long day at work. Now the family can sit down at the table, where everyone knows to be mindful of their manners.
Dinner time has changed. Our quality hasn't. Reynolds Wrap, foil made in the USA since 1947.
Help is what we've always given. So thank you to our helpers at BMO and beyond. Thank you to the healers, the fighters, the all-nighters, the cleaners, the movers, the 18-wheelers. Thank you to the farmers, the grocers, the above and beyonders. Thank you to all the frontliners for keeping our lives moving when the world needs to stop.
Through all the world events
residents since 1936, Culligan Water has continued to provide better, safer water with our filtration systems for homes and businesses. These days, as a designated essential business, Culligan's water professionals are standing by ready to help.
Get the Barnes 4-Step Lawn Care Program by scheduling a free consult with a Barnes licensed lawn care professional. From planting to pruning, seeding to sodding, mowing to mulching, and everything in between. We are Barnes. Get started today at barnesinc.net.
Welcome back at 6:14 on this Thursday morning. More insurance companies are offering refunds for drivers. USAA says it will be reimbursing members a total of $520 million. The company says fewer people are driving due to stay-at-home orders right now. In the coming weeks, auto insurance policyholders will receive a 20% credit on 2 months of premiums. Geico was doing something similar this morning, giving its car insurance customers a substantial break on their premiums. They're providing a 15% credit on 6-month policies. Geico is the nation's second largest auto insurer, covering 28 million vehicles.
In an effort to create a little more distance between passengers, Delta Airlines is making some changes for anyone who's still booking flights. Middle seats will no longer be available through the end of May. Delta and other airlines have continued to slash schedules with fewer and fewer people flying.
Costco is showing healthcare workers and first responders their appreciation. The company recently started limiting the number of people that they allow into each warehouse. But Costco says now police officers, paramedics, firefighters, and healthcare workers can skip the line and get right in. All you need to do is show proof of identification. This new policy follows the announcement that Costco sales went up more than $1.5 billion last month due to customers stockpiling and getting ready for the pandemic.
New data collected by the National Academy of Sciences says coronavirus might still be with us even when warmer weather arrives. In a letter sent to the White House, the Academy says it has mixed data on whether the virus spreads as easily in warm temperatures as it does in colds. But that might not even matter, given that so few people have immunity to the virus. That letter noted that when studying the outbreak in China, they found COVID-19 still spread at an exponential rate, even in maximum humidity and temperature conditions.
Well, that is not going to be an issue for us for at least the next 10 days, right, Hattie? Oh, and look at the sunrise behind you. Beautiful day.
I know, looks pretty outside, right? But it feels pretty chilly this morning. We're not going to have to worry about warm temperatures anytime too soon. Our temperature forecast is actually trending colder over the next week or so. Here's a look at our current temperatures. We're still dropping in Madison, 36 now, down to 31 in the Dells, 34 in Mineral Point, and 35 in Prairie du Chien this morning. Winds are going to be a factor today. We have some sunshine this morning, but those winds will be on the increase as we go through the morning hours into the afternoon. This afternoon, sustained winds will be right around 25 to 30 miles an hour, some gusting even higher at times. That wind is going to keep a chill in the air today. Temperatures will only climb back into the low 40s. Normal high this time of the year is 55 degrees, so we are over 10 degrees below that today. Coming up in a few minutes, we'll talk more about that weekend forecast. Looks like you may be searching for eggs in the rain this weekend.
Oh boy.
Well, maybe the good news, though, for Easter and Passover is it'll keep you inside.
That is true.
You know, keep us all safe. Although this is the first holiday during the pandemic, so that's going to be a little challenging.
Yeah.
We'll have to do a Zoom ham and potatoes.
Not a bad idea.
With your family.
So, yes.
Thanks, Hattie.
6:18 now. Residents in Los Angeles are looking up at a drastically different sky these days. With California's Safer at Home order entering its 4th week, the air there is now some of the cleanest in the world. It's pretty crazy. UCLA researchers say the region's air quality has improved by 20% over the past month. And it's not just the West Coast benefiting from social distance. In New York, researchers saw carbon emissions fall nearly 50% compared to this time last year.
And for the first time in 30 years, there's Mount Everest. Look at these pictures. The Himalayan mountains are visible from India. A lack of traveling has contributed to a smog reduction in that country. Last year, India was #1 for having the worst air quality and pollution in the world. India's air quality index is now down nearly 80 points since the start of the pandemic. And with these improvements to the climate, Pope Francis says the virus could be, quote, nature's response to the current ecological crisis. citing the recent wildfires in Australia and glaciers melting at the North Pole as examples. Pope Francis says the virus is offering all of us an opportunity to slow down the rates of production and consumption and give us all time to contemplate the natural world.
Interesting thoughts there. There is some new research out this morning that you're going to want to pay attention to if you're spending extra time outdoors this spring. The study out of Belgium shows that staying 6 feet apart when exercising outdoors might not be enough. The study says following behind someone while you're running or biking can increase your risk of exposure to the virus because the droplets you breathe out will blow behind you. Researchers suggest if you're running with somebody, you should run side by side instead.
Is offering a new program on Skype to give people an alternative option for video conferencing. Skype is calling it Meet Now. It's a similar feature to Zoom's Meeting ID, allowing anyone to join a call by following a link. Skype says no signups or downloads are required to use the new function, and it can be used on Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, or with Skype's mobile app. All right, 6:20 is your time on this Thursday morning, and just ahead for us, we're going to have the winner from the outdoor edition of the Safe at Home Challenge.
And coming up in our next half hour, with more Wisconsinites learning they might be furloughed, new data shows there could be a silver lining.
Thanks for joining us on this Thursday morning. We're getting there, everybody. It's Friday Eve. It's 20 after 6 right now, and we'll be back after a quick break.
With a nursing degree, helping others went from a job to a career.
Right now, staying in touch is more important than ever. So to help you stay connected during this unprecedented time, US Cellular is waiving data overage charges. Now through May, no matter what plan you're on, you'll have the smartphone data you need and not be charged for any overages. That way, you can work from home, check the latest headlines, and stay in touch with family and friends without worrying about your bill. So even if you have to be apart, you can stay in touch. US Cellular.
Americans have been cutting the lawn for hundreds of years, but with TurfBot, the future of mowing is now. Our quiet, all-electric robotic mowers work around the clock to keep your lawn trimmed 24/7. That means less time spent mowing and more time spent enjoying. Equipped with LED headlights, auto-stop sensors, and anti-theft GPS devices, our mowers run safely with no supervision. Come home to a freshly mowed lawn every day for as little as $30 a week. Call today and get free installation when you sign up. TurfBot, on the cutting edge.
Hi, it's Jan from Toyota. As part of your community, we're here to help you during these challenging times.
Keeping your Toyota safe and reliable is important, especially right now. Many of our service centers are open. Schedule service online and drop off and pick up your vehicle with no contact. Need to replace your old vehicle? Most Toyota dealers offer online shopping and will defer your first payment for 90 days.
We're here for you. Contact your local Toyota dealer to see how they can help. Toyota.
It's totally normal to have constipation with belly pain, straining, and bloating again and again.
No way.
More exercise, more water, and more fiber is the only way to manage it.
Is it?
Maybe you think it's occasional constipation.
Maybe it's not.
It could be a chronic medical condition called IBS-C, and time to say yes to Linzess. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It helps relieve belly pain and lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Do not give Linzess to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Change your thinking to IBS-C. If your constipation and belly pain keeps coming back, tell your doctor and say yes to Linzess.
Hi, I'm Tim O'Brien, owner of The Healthy Place Apple Wellness, and boy, has this been a rough season. We are here for you. We're open. Our wellness consultants are trained in the top immune, lung, and inflammation supplements that are important right now. We have live chat on our website and same-day delivery for our Dane County residents, so you do not need to leave the house. We support you. Stop by one of our 4 Madison-based locations or check us out online at findyourhealthyplace.com.
Welcome back at 6:24 this morning. It's time to take a look at some of the entries from yesterday's Safe at Home challenge. Each day we're getting you something a little extra to do with all of that extra time you have at home. And this time we asked you to send us your picture of how you're enjoying the warmer temperatures while they were still here, of course. And here are a few of our favorites.
That's right. Lots of people decided to get out of the house and go for a walk. The folks that sent this one in said they tried to stay a safe distance away from their children, but it was hard to keep up with the kids.
You got to double team them, just like they're doing there. Well done.
All right, another runner-up this morning. Mom got some help cleaning up the garden from these young ladies. Very helpful. They're picking up loose straw to give to the horses.
Oh, that's very nice. There's a lot of yard work to do right now. And here's this morning's winner. These kids got to have some fun in the mud, riding their four-wheelers. Definitely a good way to have some fun. A little messy, but maybe they did that over. Well, they're pretty bundled up, so that probably wasn't over the weekend when it was nice and warm.
Hey, that's a dream hobby right there.
Yeah.
Pretty jealous, you two.
Yes.
All right, congrats to today's winner. We're going to be sending you a gift card to a local business.
And for tomorrow's challenge, lots of us might be snacking a bit more than usual while we're staying at home. So we want to know, what is your favorite stay-at-home midday snack?
Yeah, you guys have to help me with this, because about 3 o'clock in the afternoon on this shift, anything that's not nailed down is in my mouth.
Oh, I'm a professional snacker. I can give you some advice.
Good. I need the tips. Be sure to head over to our website, channel3000.com/stuckathome to send in your pictures. And thanks, everybody, for playing along with us. It's really been fun.
All right, well, we have kind of a perfect stay inside forecast for the day today. Here's our pet walk forecast.
Frank.
Look at Frank with that driving hat on. 43 degrees. Be a little chilly for the walk today. You may even see a few snowflakes or raindrops. We do have some snowflakes showing up on the radar map this morning, mainly to the north and west, but all of this activity is going to rotate through the area today. Here's a look at your future track forecast model. Again, plan on some scattered light showers or even some snow showers mixing in across southern Wisconsin. They aren't going to last very long in any one spot, and really little to no accumulation is expected. It is going to be chilly today, though. High temperatures will only be in the low 40s. Note that wind, northwesterly, 10 to 20 miles an hour.
Thank you, Hattie. Grab an extra blanket, maybe a cup of coffee. The final half hour of News 3 Now this morning continues after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
This is online learning. Today, it's more relevant than ever. This is you, a person looking for a lasting career. And this is Herzing University's Everywhere Classroom, where you can earn a degree in nursing, healthcare, business, and IT, anywhere, anytime. Take an online course free and get comfortable with online learning. That makes a degree from Herzing University more relevant than ever. I'm possible at Herzing. Learn more today.
I'm Joanne Jenkins with AARP. The coronavirus continues to affect us all, and we are here actively supporting you and your community. Every day, we're providing trusted information from top health experts, sharing tools to help protect families from fraud, and creating resources to support family caregivers everywhere. As always, you can count on AARP to advocate for you and your family. Join us and stay connected at aarp.org/coronavirus.
Your business is your pride and joy. You raised it with hard work, from nothing but a dream. And since you care so much, naturally you want to protect it from harm. That's where we come in. Because a great insurance policy is not a necessary evil. It's the best way to keep your business happy, healthy, and profitable. And that is the silver lining. Pamper your business with a policy from West Bend.
Simplicity name is no small thing. In fact, it's a very big thing. And with all of its premium features, so is the Simplicity Regent Lawn Tractor, like rear suspension for a smoother ride, a free-floating mower deck with rear rollers that let you create ballpark-style stripes, and a super dependable Briggs & Stratton V-twin engine. So stop by your neighborhood Simplicity dealer today.
Power Centers of Madison. Visit powercentersofmadison.com.
Coming together makes us stronger. And Ford is built to lend a hand, especially now, with 6-month payment relief. Buy a new Ford. We'll defer 3 payments and make 3 payments for peace of mind up to 6 months. Shop at Ford.com or contact your Ford dealer to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. You have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you.
Right now, furloughs are impacting more workers across Wisconsin, but there is a promising sign that unemployment may be leveling off.
And on this Thursday morning, we have chilly conditions and that S word in the forecast. And no, it's not sun.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
The not sun, Hattie. Hello, everybody. Good to have you with us on this Thursday. It's April 9th. I'm Susan Simon.
And I'm Leah Lynchide. She might not be talking about sun in the forecast, but if you haven't peeked outside yet, just a beautiful sunrise out there. That's going to help us get a little bit closer to the weekend. There you go. Look at that.
It's crystal clear. It's chilly. If you're going for a walk this morning, you'll need to bundle, but it's beautiful to see the sun. The sunshine makes a huge difference. It always really helps.
It does. Josh Spreiter is not outside this morning. I'm betting you're curled up next to your couch, little blanket on the lap. Josh, working from home still?
Yeah, still got the PJs on. I was getting a little nervous what S word Hattie was going to be talking about there for a second.
Oh, boy.
Let's get right to the headlines this morning at 6:30. With more than 2,800 cases of coronavirus here in the state, we are starting to see more of an impact on the workforce. Marquette University in Milwaukee is the latest to announce upcoming furloughs. 250 employees at the private university learned they'll go unpaid after their last paycheck on April 17th. In a statement, the university's president says they're facing a $15 million shortfall after refunding half of this semester's room and board, along with other COVID-related expenses. The furloughs apply to the employees who are unable to do their job from home and will last until their campus operations go back to normal. Wisconsin-based Harley-Davidson is also struggling after seeing setbacks from late March. The Journal Sentinel reports the motorcycle manufacturer is still banning its dealers from selling bikes online, but are starting to look the other way to let dealers sell parts and accessories. The company is coming off of the 5th straight year of sales dropping, with global motorcycle shipments at their lowest level in a decade. At least half of its U.S. dealerships are temporarily closed now because of the pandemic, and in Europe, it is even worse. We do have some promising news this morning, though. The unemployment claims seem to be leveling off. So far this week, the State Department of Workforce Development says just under 35,000 initial unemployment applications have been filed. That's roughly 20,000 less than there were during the same 3 days a week ago. Since March 15th, more than 323,000 initial claims have been filed in Wisconsin. That's 300,000 more claims than there were during the same time last year.
A local college is hoping to help students who are struggling financially right now by launching a grant fund. Edgewood College's Presidential Relief Fund will give $500,000 to students who need it. $500 to students who need it. Students can apply for grants of up to $1,500 to be paid out in $500 installments in May, June, and July. The goal is to help as many students as possible over the summer so they can continue their Edgewood education in the fall.
We're hoping that they can use this money for groceries and Wi-Fi and cell phone bills and anything that they need.
Every little bit helps. The funding is coming from Edgewood College's reserves. Applications are expected to open in about a week. Information about the grant is online right now at edgewoodcollege.edu.
Wisconsin could find itself in a COVID-related legislative fight. State Republicans are proposing sweeping legislation designed to help the state deal with the virus. This follows legislation Governor Evers proposed himself last week. Both sides agree on some of the measures, but the governor wants at least one provision taken out. It would give the Republican-controlled Joint Finance Committee the ability to make budget cuts and get rid of a raise for state workers.
As we wait for election results to be released after this week's primary, a candidate that was on the ballot is no longer running. Bernie Sanders announced he is suspending his campaign. It happened just 15 hours after the polls closed in Wisconsin. The decision clears the way for Joe Biden to take the Democratic nomination. Politico's data shows the former vice president less than 800 delegates away now from clinching the nomination. 26 states and territories have yet to hold their primaries. It's too soon to know the impact that the in-person voting we did here will have on our efforts to slow the spread of the virus. National health experts tell the journal Sentinel it won't help flatten the state's curve. The state's Department of Health Services says it could also extend the state's safer at home order, which is slated to end on April 24th. The department might recommend extending it if they see an increase in COVID infections from the election. And it's still unclear this morning how many voters did not get their absentee ballots mailed to them in time to vote on Tuesday.
Now the Elections Commission wants to find out whether the U.S. Postal Service was slow to deliver them or if the ballots were somehow mishandled. People who requested their absentee ballots but didn't get them were forced to go to the polls if they still wanted to vote in the election. The commission is working with the USPS to find those missing ballots, including 3 bins worth in the Oshkosh and Appleton areas. The Milwaukee branch wants the Postal Service to launch an official investigation. A Postal Service spokesperson says they're looking into it.
6:35 right now. The big chill has arrived and maybe a little rain. It's a double scoop in the forecast, Hattie.
Yes, yesterday was quite the soggy day as well, especially through the afternoon with on and off rain showers. We got about 1/4 of an inch in Madison, but north of town, some spots picked up about 1/2 an inch of rain. You can see how the rain was confined just to the southern 3 tiers of counties, the southern third of the state. This morning, no rain or snow falling here across southern Wisconsin, but there is some snow showing up on the radar map to the north and west. You can see these scattered snow showers rotating around as cold air spills in behind this storm system. We'll see a few rain showers pop up this afternoon, and temperatures aloft are cold enough to support snow. Here's a look at what we're talking about temperature-wise. 36 here in Madison at the surface, 33 in Minneapolis. Temperatures have dropped into the 20s across the northern plains. That cold air is moving in this direction. This morning, temperatures are generally in the 30s for southern Wisconsin. Most locations probably haven't hit the bottom just yet. That will happen within the next hour or so. Winds will be a factor today, though. Those west-northwesterly winds increasing in speed as we head towards the afternoon. We're looking at sustained wind speeds around 25 to 30 miles an hour, although some gusts could be higher at times. Winds will stay strong through the evening, but gradually die back overnight. Unfortunately, that means we're talking a bit of a wind chill today. Feels like it's in the 20s outside right now. Wind chill factor this afternoon, we'll have it feeling like it's in the low to mid 30s. Now your future track forecast, even though we have clear skies right now, as the sun continues to get a little higher in the sky, we'll start to see some clouds develop across the area. And by lunchtime, start to see some of those light rain showers or even snow showers pop up across the area. They'll move through pretty quickly. They won't last in any one spot too long, and really little to no accumulation is expected. The snow showers and rain showers will wind down this afternoon or this evening. Here's a look at your extended forecast then. We have highs in the upper 40s with some sunshine back in the area tomorrow. At least it'll look nice outside on Friday. Overall for the weekend, turning wet with rain developing later on Saturday and continuing into Easter Sunday. Again, Sunday night into Monday, we'll likely see some of that rain mixed with snow at times.
Hey, with the looks of that extended forecast, I don't think I have an excuse for not finishing my book lately, Hattie.
That is true. This is a very good inside forecast.
Just what we need. Thank you very much. At the nation's capital this morning, as the Senate rushes to approve more funding for small business loans, Democrats are pushing for a broader plan to boost the federal response to COVID-19. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell wants to approve an extra $251 billion in aid to small businesses today, but Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer wants to cast a broader net with money for state and local governments, hospitals, and food programs as well. Lawmakers are not in Washington this morning to help prevent spreading the virus, so any bill will need to to be passed by voice vote or unanimous consent.
With the federal personal protective equipment stockpile now almost entirely depleted, the federal government will now hold all PPE exports at the border. U.S. Customs and Border Protection will hold the supplies until FEMA decides whether it should be returned for use in the U.S., bought by the government, or exported. Reuters reports this regulation will last through August 10th and will apply to all companies except 3M. They're the leading producer of N95 masks worldwide, and they will be allowed to export them to Canada and Latin America, despite the restrictions.
New York is still the epicenter of the coronavirus pandemic in the U.S. right now. With 151,000 confirmed cases, no population has been hit harder there than the Latinx community. NPR reports Latinos make up 29% of New York City's population, but they represent nearly 34% of patients who have died from the virus. Mayor Bill de Blasio says the disproportionate numbers are an indication of economic disparity and language barriers that might be stopping folks from getting important information about the virus. Experts say concerns about immigration status could also influence how many folks are going to the hospital. And new this morning, the latest research shows Europe is the source of most of New York City's cases right now, not Asia. Two separate research teams came to this same conclusion. The U.S. was slow to make its first diagnostic tests and initially limited testing only to people who had come from China. The New York Times reports a previously hidden spread of the virus could have been detected if aggressive testing had been done earlier.
It's 40 on this Thursday morning. Live look outside. Cool and quiet are the words to start us off today, but we do have a chance for some rain and even some snowflakes coming up in Hattie's First Warn forecast.
Thank you, Josh. It's 20-7 right now. We're on a birthday kick this week here on The Morning Show, and we have one we've never seen before coming up in just a little while. We'll be right back after a quick break. Thanks for being with us on this Thursday morning, everyone. Stay tuned.
Get red-hot savings with this week's Hy-Vee Hot Deals. Yoplait, just 37 cents each. Coke 8 and 12 packs. Buy 2, get 1 free. Buy 1 pack of Jumbo Muffins, get 1 free. And Hy-Vee Sugar, just 99 cents. Only at Hy-Vee.
Garden mats eliminate 90% of the time spent working in the garden and increase a garden's productivity by 10 to 20%. Garden mats let air and water through, but block sunlight. The pre-measured holes make planting a breeze. We help people grow 100% organic vegetables, weed-free. Garden mats give us our summers back to do the things we love. Go to gardenmats.com.
Yeah, I'm a professional remodeler, and I go to Nuns. Why? Well, my clients love them because they have all those snazzy-looking countertops. You know, like beautiful marble countertops, stunning quartz slabs, you name it. To be honest, I don't see what the big deal is. I mean, who needs all that glitz and glamour from a counter? But my clients love those snazzy-looking countertops, so we go to Nuns.
Nuns, kitchen, bath, and flooring.
The Our Home is the training ground for her dreams policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Check out Steinhaffel's virtual shopping experience. We provide you with a 360-degree view of our most popular products, so spin all of the furniture you want. Plus, browse through our product videos to see and learn more about our best sellers. We also have sale associates ready to help through phone, email, or our online chat feature. And get your online order shipped free to your curb, driveway, or garage. Shop online with confidence at steinhaffels.com.
Save with these hot deals and more at Hy-Vee. Lay's, just $1.99. Breyer's Ice Cream, only $2.88. Buy 1 pack of cinnamon rolls, get 1 free. And Sugardale bone-in hams, just $1.28 a pound. Only at Hy-Vee.
Southern Wisconsin is our community.
Our home.
Our home. Our home. And in this time of uncertainty,
We need to stand together.
While staying apart.
While staying apart.
News 3 Now is your coronavirus headquarters.
separating fact from fiction.
And giving you up-to-the-minute details online.
And information to keep our communities, our businesses, and our families healthy.
We're in this together.
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 We're all in this together, and we will get through this together.
Welcome back, 6:43 on this Thursday. We want to take a time to thank everyone in the community making a difference right now. So every morning we're featuring someone or some people that are making a difference during this time of uncertainty, keeping us safe and helping us get through this together. And today we want to thank a team of COVID-19 scientists at the Wisconsin State Laboratory of Hygiene. An incredible shot here. They said they took a quick break to take this picture and share this message with us. We stay at work for you. Please stay at home for us. Thank you for all of the hard work you're doing there to keep us all healthy and safe.
And they're very busy people right now. Talk about being on the front line.
Right.
Thanks to you for all you do. All right, over to Hattie now. Wow, you will feel the difference when you walk outside this morning. Big change in the weather.
That is true. So cold that we may even see some snow today here across. Oh, am I being censored? I think our director, Sue, is having some fun with my microphone, cutting it out when I say the snow word, the S word. We do have some
She missed
sun.
one. You got it in.
We need a
that's
beat
good.
is what
well,
we
I just
need.
want you to be aware that that is possible, that you could see some snowflakes today. We're not going to see any accumulation, but it is going to be a little cooler.
All right, thank you very much, Hattie, I think.
All right, thank you, Hattie. Well, birthdays, you know, are a very big deal. And a woman in California wasn't going to let this coronavirus crisis get in the way of celebrating her 91-year-old friend.
This is pretty unique, folks. Kimberly Chang shows us how she found a way to take the celebration to new heights.
Happy birthday to you. It's a tradition that even coronavirus won't break.
I met her in 1994, and since day one, we seemed to get along, and it just continued to grow until it became a mother-daughter relationship.
Over 2 decades or so, Lucy Cavazos and Margie Jones became family. If there was a major life moment for one of them, you could bet the other would be there.
Ever since she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, we've tried to make every day, and especially every birthday and holiday, really special for her.
But the coronavirus pandemic threatened to end the 20-year streak of celebrating together. Assisted living homes, including the Kensington Redondo Beach where Margie lives, were forced to shut the door to visitors for nearly a month.
I was so devastated I wasn't going to be able to see her on her birthday.
Fortunately, the Kensington had come up with a plan to help families reunite with residents on the second floor. They would use a construction lift to elevate them about 30 feet so that they could look into their loved one's window. The equipment arrived just in time for Margie's 91st birthday on April 7th.
Look! Happy birthday!
Like it's Lucy!
I love you!
It was very special, and it was very beautiful to be there, to at least see her through the window. It was kind of a bittersweet feeling because I really just wanted to be there with her.
This was as good as it's going to get for now, and it was incredible. Very exciting.
And the look on her face said it all. As they hoped, they all got a lift from the experience.
Thank you.
Boy, a heartwarming story there, huh?
Oh, it's so sweet. At 91, you got to celebrate. You got to do what you got to do. Well, to stay on the birthday trend, if you have a child turning 3 soon, please let us know so we can show their picture on TV.
Thanks for watching News 3 Now this morning. We'll be right back after a quick break.
Download the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app today.
This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by attorney Andrew Van Arsdale.
For decades, survivors of childhood sexual abuse were told it was too late for them to seek justice. No more. Statute of limitations prohibited organizations like the Catholic and Mormon churches, public and private school systems, Boy Scouts, and other youth organizations from being held accountable. No more. Call us today for a free confidential consultation. We're helping abuse survivors across the country say no more. Let us help you too.
Call 1-800-816-0723.
Imagine facing Wisconsin's bitter cold winter without a warm home, or the blistering heat of summer without power, then having to make the tough choice between eating or meeting other basic survival needs. Unfortunately, over 200,000 of our neighbors in need will face this difficult decision with no place else to turn, including those who are now unemployed due to the COVID-19 crisis. For a hand up and help with your utility bills now during these difficult times, contact the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund today.
In 1930, we began helping people in Milwaukee who were hurt and killed by the carelessness of others. Over the past 89 years, the awards for our clients totals well into the billions of dollars, probably more than all the other personal injury firms in the state combined. When you do something for so long, you tend to get pretty good at it. And we will continue that fight for justice every day in towns throughout Wisconsin. Habush, Habush, and Rotier.
Now at the Brothers Main Scratch and Dent Floor Model Sale. You'll get more amazing deals for your kitchen, laundry, and living room. Get up to 40% off hundreds of products to make you and your home happier. Want more? How about expert salespeople every day or our risk-free 30-day price and satisfaction guarantee? The Scratch and Dent Floor Model Sale means more selection, more savings, and more ways to make you and your home happier. Now at the Brothers Main, your local store for more since 1938.
Everyone is trying to do their part, especially now. And your Ford dealer is built to lend a hand. If your vehicle needs service, just call. Ford service centers are essential to your community and are still open. Find out about pickup and delivery options from participating Ford dealers. Plus, they've implemented enhanced cleaning measures for added peace of mind. After all, you have a lot to take care of. Let us do our part and help take care of you.
We are Barnes, and we are employee-owned.
It's 10 to 7. Welcome back, everybody. Time for the morning sprint.
We start with the latest economic impacts of COVID-19 around the state this morning. Marquette University in Milwaukee is the latest to announce upcoming furloughs. 250 employees will go unpaid after their last paycheck on April 17th. In a statement, the university's president says they're facing a $15 million shortfall after refunding half of this semester's room and board, along with other COVID-related expenses. Wisconsin-based Harley-Davidson is also struggling this morning after seeing setbacks from late March. The Journal-Sentinel reports the motorcycle manufacturer is still banning its dealers from selling bikes online, but are starting to look the other way to let dealers sell parts and accessories. The company is coming off of the 5th straight year of sales dropping, with global motorcycle shipments at their lowest level in a decade. The promising news this morning is that the unemployment claims seem to be leveling off. So far this week, the State Department of Workforce Development says just under 35,000 initial unemployment applications have been filed. That's roughly 20,000 less than there were during the same 3 days a week ago.
Wisconsin could find itself in a COVID-related legislative fight this morning. State Republicans are proposing sweeping legislation designed to help the state deal with the virus. This follows legislation Governor Evers proposed himself last week. Both sides agree on many measures, but the governor wants at least one provision taken out. It would give the Republican-controlled Joint Finance Committee the ability to make budget cuts and get rid of a raise for state workers.
Bernie Sanders is clearing the way for Joe Biden to take the Democratic nomination. He dropped out of the race just 15 hours after the polls closed in Wisconsin. Politico's data shows the former vice president less than 800 delegates away from clinching the nomination. 26 states and territories have yet to hold their primaries.
It's too soon to know the impact that in-person voting would have on coronavirus here in Wisconsin, but national health experts tell the Journal-Sentinel it certainly won't help flatten the state's curve. The state's Department of Health Services said it could also extend Wisconsin's safer at home order, slated to end on the 24th, if they see an increase in COVID infections after the election.
Elections officials are working with the Postal Service to find missing absentee ballots that were never sent sent to the Wisconsin voters who requested them. Those people were forced to go to the polls if they wanted to participate in the primary. It's still unclear just how many voters didn't get their absentee ballots mailed in time for them to vote.
Senate Republicans want to approve an extra $251 billion for aid to small businesses today, but Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer wants to cast a broader net, helping state and local governments, hospitals, and food programs as well. Legislators are working virtually this morning to help prevent the spread of the virus.
With the federal personal protective equipment stockpile now almost entirely depleted, the federal government will now hold all PPE exports at the border. U.S. Customs and Border Protection will hold the supplies until FEMA decides whether it should be returned for use in the U.S., bought by the government, or exported. Reuters reports this regulation will last through August 10th.
The CDC is changing its recommendations for essential workers. If an essential worker is exposed to the coronavirus, they're now being asked to take their temperature, wear a face mask, and avoid shared objects and spaces, but still go to work. They're no longer being asked to self-quarantine for 14 days if they don't have symptoms.
New research shows that Europe is the source of most of the city's coronavirus cases, not Asia. Two separate research teams came to the same conclusion. The U.S. was slow to make its first diagnostic kits and initially limited testing only to people who had come from China. The New York Times reports a previously hidden spread of the virus could have been detected if aggressive testing had been able to be done.
Right now, Fitchburg police are asking for your help with finding a missing woman. They say Shell McIntosh was last seen between 8 and 9 yesterday morning on High Ridge Trail just off of Fish Hatchery Road. McIntosh might be confused or disoriented because of a medical condition. If you know where McIntosh is or see her out, police ask that you call 911 or their department directly.
A developer is looking to tear down 6 vintage houses in downtown Madison and put up a $22 million mixed-use project near the Capitol Square. The State Journal reports the 6-story building would be built in an H shape at the corner of West Washington Avenue and North Bassett Street. The project doesn't fit the Mifflandia neighborhood plan, though, that was adopted last year. It recommends 4-story buildings in that stretch.
Google is banning its employees from using a popular video conferencing app on their employee laptops. Reuters reports the company cited security issues and concerns about Zoom, but said it will still allow Zoom through mobile apps and browsers. The app is facing criticism from users who are worried about having their data shared and having uninvited guests crash into their meetings.
And we are starting out on a nice note this morning. A little chilly outside, but skies are clear, so we have a beautiful view of the sunrise this morning. Take a look at the radar map, though, and you will see some snow showers on the map to our north and west. As colder air continues to spill into the region today, look for some clouds to develop, as well as some scattered light rain or snow showers through the afternoon into the evening. Any showers are expected to move through the area pretty quickly. Little to no accumulation is expected. Things will wind down later on tonight. Temperatures today, though, will stay chilly. We're looking at highs only in the lower 40s. When you factor in that northwest wind, it'll feel like it's in the 30s all afternoon. Here's a peek at the forecast heading into the upcoming weekend and even next week. We stay on the chilly side of things with many days topping only in the 40s. Rain returns to the area later on Saturday and continues into Sunday.
All right, thank you very much, Hattie, and thanks for joining us this morning, folks. Happy Thursday. It's almost the weekend. Take a deep breath, stay well, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.